Hey, what's up, guys? Coming out with a video. Today I want to do my What If series. What if Naruto had a sister, part 20? So, in the last part, and part 27 now, we see Naruto, and Sakura arrive there. Naruto was telling crying, saying he needs to send Naruto there. Mostly Minato was gonna about to save Naruto there, but technically the 15% of the fox has been taken away from him. And mostly he was saying something about like we're gonna still gonna go after little nine tails there. Uh, that's what Minato was actually, or not Minato. That's what Zetsu was saying and stuff like. Oh, not Zetsu, but that's what Obito was actually saying to them and stuff like that. When technically they stole it there, mostly he regained consciousness, and he's like, well, he didn't want Zetsu taking over his body there. He said, well, you know what? He's like, I am mostly gonna take this to Naruto there and stuff like that. And he's like, what? I'm controlling you, and he's like, no, not. He's like, you're not controlling me. He's definitely knocking Zetsu off and giving Naruto the thing there and stuff like that. Again, the 15%. He seems the six pass that still plays out the same and stuff like that. So when that was going on with that stuff there, mostly Madara was gonna mostly taking on Kashi and Obito there. Then out of nowhere, they're like, we're Sand Hurricane, or we're Sand Hurricane Lava, or Lava or Sand Hurricane, and then they're like, he's like, oh, Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto Uzumaki. And that's where technically part 27 ends. So let's go into part 28. What if Naruto had a sister? So, mostly we have to start off this what if there with Naruto, were taking on Madara there. Madara's technically taking him on and stuff like that, and he was technically fighting and stuff like that. And he said, well, he was like, well, you got real stronger and stuff like that. And like, shut up and stuff like that. So they're mostly attacking Madara there and stuff like that, using the thing. Mostly Naruto is using his Sage mode, or Sage Six Patch mode, and Naruto is technically using our Nine Tails form there, and mostly they're mostly attacking the fucking thing. The Naruto and Naruto are technically attacking Madara there, trying to use their Rasengan and stuff like that. Until he's like, this time I win and stuff, and then he gets stabbed. He's like, ooh! He's like, what the hell and stuff like that. And then technically, like in the original series, Obito fucking stabs fucking Madara there. He's like, I thought you were part of me and stuff like that. And then and then he tells us spelt there. He's like, well, technically, you don't know how you feel and stuff like that, how you make me feel and stuff. He's like, I'm not gonna be your servant no more. And he's like, you betrayer and stuff like that. And he's like, he's like, how I betrayed you, Madara, stuff like that. And he's like, shut up. And he's like, do you compare that thing there? He's like, shut up, you bastard. And then smashes the fucking Obito smashes thing. He's like, it's done. And stuff like that. And then mostly they did that there. Mostly Obito smashing them. They're like, oh yeah, it's over and stuff like that. And he's like, not yet. It's not over yet. He's like, we have a bigger problem there. And then we see the Okatsuki there trying to come in and stuff there. Everybody and mostly Sasuke using his Susanoo to block fucking the thing there, like he did in the original series. He blocks Naruto, and Sakura and Akashi there, and then they're like Sasuke using his Susanoo. Oh well, that's what Zuzu. That's what Zu. That's what Zetsu said, and stuff like that, and he's like, oh well, and stuff like that. And then Naruto is about to run out. He's like, "Wait, what's going on?" Stuff like that. And he's like, "You're gonna get caught in the Divine Tree's powers there or Genjutsu there. Don't go out there and stuff like that until this is like completely finished and stuff." So technically, everybody was getting caught there. Everybody around the world got caught by the Divine Tree there, like it happened in the original series, minus the minus the reanimations there. So whenever that was going on with that stuff there, um, mostly when that was done with all the thing there, they mostly pop out of the thing. Mostly Sasuke, Susanoo receded and stuff like that. Mostly they're like, well, the Naruto, Narco, and they're like, wait, what the fuck is going on and stuff? Where's everybody and stuff? They're like, look at this there, and then like Narco's like, I can't feel their, she's like, I can't connect their chakra there and stuff like that. And they're like, yeah, everybody's been caught by the Susanoo tree there. Mostly the Susanoo tree captures them and stuff like that. Mostly if they do not stop the tree there, they're going to turn into white Zetsu and stuff like that. And they're like, oh shit, we have to stop this tree before everybody turns into white Zetsu and stuff like that. And then comes out of the tree there, we see Kaguya there. So Kaguya pops out of the tree there and stuff like that. And they're like, who is this? Naruto, Naruto, like, who is this? Or no, not Naruto, but Sakura and Naruto was like saying, who is this? And stuff like that. And then they're like, this, and Naruto and Sasuke are like, this is Kaguya there, the sixth path. Mother and stuff like that. And they're like, oh my god, she's the mother of chakra and stuff like that. And she's like, and then she's kind of like, numbers like Susanoo and stuff like that. And she's like, and then, no, they're worse than that's Naruto and Sasuke mother and stuff like that, like he said in the original series. So, when that was going on with that there, they get to fight her, mostly Naruto, Narco, and Sakura there mostly attack her, or not Sakura, but Naruto, Narco, and Sasuke mostly attack her and stuff like that. Mostly they were having a hard time going against her there. All three of them were having a hard time going against her because her chakra level is pretty high in all three of them, honestly. So they're trying to use the Rasen guns there. It doesn't really work. Like, and then Sasuke was saying like, damn, our Naruto and Sasuke were like, damn, how the fuck we can get her and stuff like that. Even in Naruto's Sage mode, six pass Sage mode there, couldn't even match against her and stuff like that. She couldn't match against her and stuff like, damn, how the fuck we can take her on and stuff like that. Mostly they're trying to take her on and stuff like that for it. Mostly she was suddenly warping everybody to like different dimensions there. That still happens there and stuff like that. Mostly she was suddenly warping different dimensions there. Mostly they get into like one dimension there where they get trapped in ice there. And then she mostly goes after Akashi, Sakura, and Obito there. And mostly Sakura, mostly they try to attack each other. They're trying to attack him like in the original series there and stuff like that. Naruto is trying to break out of the ice. He's like, come on. He's like, I'm barely getting close there to break out there. And then mostly Obito does his fireball jutsu there, kind of melt the ice, or not fireball jutsu. Sasuke uses Susanoo there to kind of melt the ice there and stuff like that. And then mostly they break out, and he's like, yeah, we can do this there. And then mostly they attack him. Kage again doesn't really work. And then they go to a different dimension there, where technically we get to the dimension where they actually mostly made their bodies heavy and stuff like that. They're like, oh shit, we can't move in this dimension and stuff like that. And then Kaguya was like, he's like, well, or Zetsu was actually saying, well, there we need to put a stop to him and stuff like that. And then she's like, and then Kaguya uses her like little rod things or little stick things there, and then Akashi and Obito was like, they're like, we have to stop it and stuff like that, like in the original series that comes right at them and stuff like that. Obito gets stabbed there, and mostly, uh, mostly no, Obito gets rid of one of them there. Mostly gets rid of Akashi's like in the original series. Um, Mostly, he does get rid of Kashi's there in the original series, and Obito does get stabbed. He's like, ugh. He's like, I can't believe this there. And then Kashi was saying, wait. He's like, wait, Obito, why in the fuck you blocked that from me? Why in the fuck you blocked that? He's like, you're much better than me and stuff like that. Kashi and stuff like that. He's like, take these, and then he give him his eyes there. He mostly gave him the he mostly gave him the fucking the shotguns that technically gave him. He's like, take both of the shotguns. He's like I live a good life there. Now you said I can finally rest with Marine there and stuff like that. He's like, don't do this, Omito. You can have a better life here at our own world and stuff. He's like I already lived that life there, Kashi. And then technically died. He's like technically when that was going on with that there, and then they're like, what is going on and stuff. and then Kashi powers up there, turns into his Susanoo there, and he's like, wow, this is more powerful, Obito. He's like, thank you for actually getting me this thing there. So Naruto and Sasuke were technically attacking Kaguya there, and mostly he picks up Sakura and Naruto. Technically, he picks up Sakura and Naruto, and then he tells Naruto, he's like, Naruto, uh, use your Nine Tails form to actually build up my Susanoo. And then she's like, right. And then mostly she turns into a Nine Tails form, and then mostly Akashi's Susanoo actually looks pretty cool there with the Kurama's armor and stuff like that. That it looks like a yellow fiery um, Susanoo there with the Kurama's chakra there and stuff like that. And then they're like let's go and stuff like that. So technically, Kashi uses his Kamini Lightning Blade. He's like Kamini Lightning Blade, and mostly tries to hit Kaguya there, and he's like no chance and stuff like that. And he's like, how this is going to be more of a chance there and stuff. And then she technically shoots out her thing there. And he's like, he mostly has that Worth ability, and he tried to use the Coming or Lightning Blade again there. And he's like, you know what, and stuff like that. And he's like, take it on and stuff. And then mostly they technically warped there. And then she turns into her like a little like beast form type of thing there. That's what Kaguya turned into. And then they're like, oh shit, how the fuck we're gonna do that there? So mostly Akashi was technically taking her on with that beast form. And then technically he grabs his Shinsuno grabs like two big ass shurikens there, like he did in the original series. He throws it, and then he's like, Narco, make multiple of those. She's like, yes, Sensei. She's like, Shadow Shuriken Jutsu, and then mostly 1,000 shuriken came right at Kaguya's beast there, and mostly cutting like half of the beasts off, and she mostly technically then really lost her beast mode, and then she came out of it. She's like why you're using my chakra there, and then mostly and technically Kakashi's Susanoo technically ran out and stuff like that. So they're like Naruto. You see Naruto and Naruto coming right at him, and then Sakura saying, "I'm not gonna be left behind." She's like, "Cha," and stuff like that. And Naruto's like, "I'm not gonna be left behind either." She's like, "Take this," and stuff like that. And then mostly all Naruto, Sasuke hit her right in the cheek here. Sakura hits her right in the head. Naruto punches her right in the throat there, and she's like, and then Akashi was like thinking about that. He's like, I train all for you well. He's like, I train all for you well there and stuff like that. And he says like them like when he's like seeing them like when that was happening there and stuff like that. And then mostly Kage is like, and then the Ten Tails mostly explodes there, and then all the tail pieces drop down and stuff like that. And then they're like, how the hell we're gonna get back to our world there? So they get teleported by the Six Paths Sage there. Six Paths Sage tells them port back into the actual world, or the technically back into the world, or back into the regular world, there and stuff like that. And then mostly he did it spilt there. Um, the Saves the Six Path does his spilt there and stuff like that, saying and stuff like that. But mostly he was saying something about Naruto, saying he's like, all four of you did well there, including you, Sakura, or Kashi, Sakura, and Naruto. You did all pretty well there and stuff like that. Taking her on and stuff like that. Now she can rest and stuff like that. That's what um, the Save the Six Path was saying there, like he did in the original series. And mostly Sasuke still being a dick in this one. He's like, it's totally over and stuff like that. We can do it and stuff. And then he's like, what are you gonna do? And he's like, I want to still take out my revengeance and stuff like that. So he still wants his revengeance. So you want to still take out the Okage there and stuff like that. And stuff like that. That's what Naruto was actually saying. He's like, yes and stuff. And then he does his plan of devastation there, trapping up all the tail beasts and stuff like that. And then that's where the what ends. So, yep, that's pretty much it. Comment, rate, more sponsors to its members. We like letting our members, please hit the notification on the plus. Comment, more sponsors to its members. We like her out. Out of peace.